It is a message of hope. The best indication that we are communicating the gospel effectively is that a broken, sinful, despairing people hear the word as a message of hope. I think it's important for us to remember that the people that Jesus continually offended were the religious. Sinners seem to warm up to him quite easily. Why is that? Why? Because the gospel, in its essence, is a message of hope to a desperate world. That's why. It's a great story in John chapter 8, where these religious leaders are confronting Jesus. They're wanting him to condemn this adulterous woman. She has been caught in the act. And I love it when I'm reading through this and I see how other people tried to force Jesus into meanness and he wouldn't allow it. And they throw her down in front of him and she says she's been caught in the act. What do you do? And if there was ever a perfect time to bring down the wrath of God on an adulterous, sinful woman, it was right then and right then. But Jesus didn't do it. And there's this angry mob that's standing there with stones in their hand. She's broke the law. She's sinned. She deserves death. And what a brutal death that is. And thrown down before Jesus, trying to force him into meanness. What does he do? We have some of his most famous words. He tells that angry mob, if any of you are without sin, throw the stone. And the Bible says that they all began to drop their rocks and walk away. The older men first, followed by the younger. And she, down on the dirt, lying there, you could almost see the loving eyes of Jesus Christ as he reaches down and he picks her up. And he's looking into her eyes. And he says, where are they? Who's here to condemn you? And she's sitting there, dumbfounded, astonished. She was about to be killed. Was probably almost paralyzed. And what happens just settles in on her. And she looks at him and she says, no one. And Jesus Christ revealed the heart of God in that very moment when he says, I don't condemn you either. Just go and sin no more. You see, it's such an important guide for us. We are to be a voice of hope. And those in this world that have known nothing but condemnation and shame will find a new beginning in Jesus Christ. They will. What is God's message? Jeremiah 29:11. Popular verse. God says, I know the plans that I have for you. What are they? Not to harm you. I'm not raining down wrath. It's a future of hope. That's what I have for you in this world right now. See, the natural outcome of being connected with God is being optimistic about the future. That's what we get. When this permeates like a biblical community, optimism and enthusiasm prevail in the church. The Church of Jesus Christ is always looking forward. It always believes in the promise of tomorrow. It's never overwhelmed by the difficulty or even the failure of the present. We don't have to. It should be a marker of a New Testament community. We are a voice of hope because we're a people of hope.